Hello, everybody. How are you doing? My name is Jessie Terring. I'm an independent demonstrator with the company Stampin' Up. I'm located in sunny Las Vegas, and in my craft room, we do all things paper craft. Welcome in. If you're joining me from YouTube, I am so happy you found me. I hope you have a good time. Do all the YouTubey things, like, subscribe. It really helps me out so much. And right now, I am uploading about 2 to 3 times a week. So I'm going to give it just a few minutes for my besties to find me. Not to toot my own horn, but I think after a bajillion tries, I'm actually starting to figure out this whole internet situation with the new cameras because I turned the software on today and things were a little wonky and I was going to yell for James. And I was like, no, I can figure this out. I'm a big girl. I could do this. And I did. So hopefully, I think it's working too. So, ha, ha, ha. You know what it is? I'm going to tell you what it is, friends. Got my Halloween stuff out. I'm still in the middle of decorating because I do like every crevice, nook, and cranny of my home. But I'm almost there. I have to do my wood wall. I call it like my farmhouse wall. And I have to do the main, like the bottom part of my kitchen, like counters and stuff. But my upper cabinets are all done. Mom helped me with that. And my coffee bar is phenom, if I don't say so myself. I'm just like all my little areas are getting done. So I'm feeling more like myself. Now, on to some spooky content. Let me tell you what happened. So, I have these bears, and I believe they're haunted. I know you think I'm crazy. I know. But I'm telling you, when my kids were little, I've had these. They're like Michael's craft bears, okay? Decorated to look like Halloween. When my kids were little, they used to tell me that they moved and they didn't like them. And I was like, you know, they're kids. They have imaginations. And it's like, no, they don't move. There's no animatronics in them, but they just didn't like them. So I was like, well, okay, we'll put them away. But I took them out because my ghost hunting group needed content and they were like, do you have anything? And I'm like, I have these bears. The kids used to claim they moved. Why don't we use the ghost hunting equipment on them and just see what happens? Not expecting any readings. I expected them flatlined, just like, oh, well, good imagination, but it was content. Didn't the all the little doodads and all my little equipment lit up like a Christmas tree, people. There was something to it. So last year we did this investigation where we set things up. At one point, I thought one of the bears had moved, but we kind of debunked that as his head sewn a little sideways and it was just the angle or whatever. But um yeah, it was pretty crazy. So I told the bears that they could live here because I was going to sell them. I told them they could live here. They seemed to be happier, like packed away. They just don't ask. I know I'm crazy. I am crazy. So, but once a year I bring them out. So I brought them out, put them up, in their little spot where they sit and can look over everything. Ever since I've taken them out, I'm getting weird knocking in the house. Like I was sitting here, the wind wasn't blowing or anything, and I heard, and Lily reacted and started barking. Now, people can ring our doorbell. She doesn't bark anymore, but she reacted. So she heard the knocking, right? And I couldn't debunk it. There was no one there. I don't know, but we're going to do investigations. So that's what I'm telling you. Let me get on with the show. I'm so sorry. But I hope you found that interesting because it is the Burr months, people. Okay. Hi, Mom. Welcome in. How you doing? Hi, Pam. How are you? Thank you for the encouragement, Pam. I think I do have this. I'm feeling rather confident today, I have to say. It's what I needed, you know? I needed like haunted stuff going on to feel normal. That's what I'm saying to you. Okay. Hi Tammy, how you doing? Okay, let me show you guys the card and don't laugh. So, it's very simple. We're going to step it up, right? And I did use the dies, which was good, and I'm really proud of my coloring. And we're going to do that. But when I did it, I was like, oh, I really like this, but it seems so familiar. And so I looked at the first card we did, and I was like, oh, I'm not really reinventing anything. But I was proud of myself because I used the dies. And we're going to step it up, like I said. But I was like, okay, so it's a transition. It went from really simple, where you just stamp it and color it. Then we did some technique with our blends, you know, and now we're going to do a little bit more, but we're going to step this up. We have to, because I was like, geez Louise, what am I doing? Crazy. All right, I'm going to flip down. We're going to get started. Say hello to everybody who comes in. All right. Okay, here we go. Three. Yep. Okay, there we go. Okay. So this is the last time we're going to be using our cornflower for a while, but I really feel like now I've demonstrated all the things and I'm excited to get on to all the new stuff that has just dropped in the online store, from the mini catalog, which went live, 2 new kits, and our online exclusives. So the only thing I have today from that drop is just, I had to have something, right? So I grabbed the sign. I forget what they call this. It's the sign design punch. That should be a no-brainer, but there you go. The sign design punch. We'll use that today, but I was like, yeah, we gotta have something in there, you know? So who's been looking at the new stuff? What are you excited about? I'm just gonna get right into card making and we can chit chat about it. Okay, so I have a piece of paper and we are going to stamp the cornflower design on it. Now it's way bigger than what I need because we're going to die cut that out. Okay, so if you were to do this and you had the set, you'd want your piece bigger. Ooh, my goodness. That was stuck, my friends. That was stuck. So how's everybody's week doing? What's going on? So I set, if you are a local, I set our in-person event for September 13th. It's in the events section. So please go ahead and sign up. I would love to see you. All right. So I'm just gonna give that a good little, you know, pressure and boom, gorge. So now before I cut it out, I'm just gonna go ahead and color it. All right, now I'm using, yeah, you can see it. I'm using a bunch of different oranges and yellows and kind of just playing with the colors, okay? So I've got, hold on, I'm a little, you can't go by the cap colors if you noticed. They're very different. So you're definitely going to want to swatch. So I'm going to go with light peach pie, which I feel like is a very soft, light orange. And I'm not going to be too careful, but I just want that color kind of all over it. Oh, let me take my glasses off. Is anyone else like this? I can't see with them and I can't see without them. What the heck? Isn't it fun getting old? Okay. So we're just going to put color down. So, you know me, I'm impatient. I'm impatient. So my Blender besties, if you are on, I mailed your Blender Club yesterday and the video will be up Friday. So it is coming, guys. And anyone who's wondering what the heck is Blender Club, I sell kits where you get 2 Blender color, so 4 pens, but 2 different colors a month. And then you get coloring material and material to make 2 cards. So it's like a little kit. And then I make 2 videos to go with it and we color them together. And then we make the cards. It's fun. So if you are interested in that, you can head over to Blender Club. And if you need the link, just hit me up. Okay. So light peach pie. Now, I'm going to go in with some light timid tiger first. We're going to do a couple different colors. I'm just going to kind of drag that through. Now it's going to blend because my my marker is still kind of wet on the paper. If you don't want things to blend, you can let that dry down. Now when you're coloring, if you're on a glass mat or like I have it on the silicone mat, it's not going to dry as quickly. But if you have it like on paper, the paper is going to absorb it. It's going to dry very quickly. So depending on what, effect you would like, you have to consider those things. Now I'm going to take some light pumpkin pie. I'm going to kind of put that through as well. I'm just kind of streaking it in there. And I might even, some of these petals that are kind of in the background, so it would be like a shadow, we're gonna darken those in. So it's all about perspective. Wherever you think the shadows should live. Okay. Now I'm going to go in with dark peach pie and hit more shadowing. And then up here, streak it more. And follow the arcs of your petals, okay? You don't want to be going sideways. And don't laugh, because some people need that reminder. It happens. Happens to the best of us, besties. Now, I'm going to take a different color, and this is going to sound crazy, but it looks good. I'm going to take Cajun Craze and all around, what would we call that? The middle of the flower. almost like a shadow. And I'm going to bring that down a little bit. What do you think? Does it look good? I think it looks good. This one is a little bit darker. Now, if you got it a little bit streaky, it happens. You know, we get excited. Go back over it with your lightest color and just blend a little bit. Hold on, I gotta turn the paper. My hand simply didn't want to turn that way. Okay, so now we're gonna let it do its thing. I'm happy with it. You could certainly keep playing with it. We're gonna work on this part. So I'm gonna go in with some light lemon lolly, some yellow in there. Then I'm gonna go in with some Cajun Craze. Doesn't have to be perfect. Then I'm gonna grab bronze. And do I want the light? I'm gonna try the light. Light first. Light peach pie, and just kind of blend where I've made, you know, soften up that harsh line. Okay, what do we think? Gorgeous or what? I'm happy with it. I'm gonna let it be. You gotta let those colors kind of do their thing. And I'm gonna bring in my cut and emboss. And we're gonna cut it out. Now, the neat thing about this set is that you can use this as a little extra sentiment spot, right? Like a little secret message tucked away just for your bestie, which I thought was cute. For this card, I'm going to actually use dimensionals and just, it almost reminded me of like a puffy sticker, you know? So I'm not going to use it like it's intended as a little opening card flap thing, but we're going to darken the back half and you'll see what I do. I'll show you. But before we do that, I'm going to bring in my background DSP. I just want to put a little bit of texture on that. So we're going to do that real quick. I have the corrugated embossing folder. Just going to get this. So I feel like adding some texture, adding some bling, you're just stepping up the card. And it really does make a world of difference. So we've got that. Now we can get this out of the way. Whew, get my workout. Okay. So that's one way to step it up. Now I'm using the Need for Tweed paper. And when I did this one, I was like, oh, this is so smart. I had a piece of 6x6 that I got in my product share. So I was like, I can cut the front panel out. Then I can cut the leaves out. And then for the inside, cut a piece, for the decor piece or whatever. So I was like, I totally am not wasting any of that paper, which is a great idea. However, this is kind of matchy-matchy for me. It's cute, but it doesn't pop. So I cut out of some, I think this was old olive. I don't know. It was in my scrap bin. Some darker green, and I think it just might pop a little bit better. So when you do your card, bestie, you do you. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's work on this. I'm going to fold it and give it a little crease down. And like I said, I want it like a puffy situation. So just like your curling ribbon, I'm using my bone folder to kind of put some curl on these flower petals. But you see when you do that, how you can see the bottom layer. So what I did for that, I grabbed some dark Cajun craze and I'm just gonna tip the edge. And actually I have, what do I have? I have that. I'm gonna use one of my finger thingies. Hi Martha, welcome in. How are you? Hi Cheryl. I don't know if I said hi to you before. I think you came in late. Um, or maybe I didn't see you. I really, I'm doing my fall and Halloween decor, and this is just speaking to me. It's fall. And orange was never a color that I really thought of before, but lately I've really been drawn to it. So, okay, there we go. We're gonna do this too. I like it. I'm into it. I don't know. Maybe it's the season. Who knows? It is pumpkin spice season, so that could be that could be why. All right. So I'm just putting some dimensionals. Now, like I said, you could do the curl. You could edge the bottom like I did, and you could still leave a sentiment in there on your card, but I wanted, I'm going to curl it with my fingers a little bit more. It's very subtle, but I don't know. I just kind of like that layered look. What do you think? Cute? Yeah, I like it. I like it, besties. I love it. I want some more of it. Okay, here we go. Now, I am going to grab my punch, make my sign, and then I want to, oh, just give it a little distressing. I'm into this. This is my distressing era, I feel, you know? We don't know why. Oh my gosh, earlier there was a car and I really thought this is it, people. He's jumping the sidewalk and he's coming to my craft room because he skidded. He was doing donuts or being dumb and he skidded and there was this big screech and I kind of just closed my eyes and waited for the crash, but thank goodness it didn't happen. So I was like, well, here we go. It was a good run, right? I don't know why. We have, a cross intersection and the road's a little bit wider there and I guess it's just they feel it's a good place to do donuts. No clue, but yeah, we don't know why. Okay. All right, there we go. Yeah, I'm liking that texture, the distressing. Now here I had just grabbed some ribbon that I had on my desk because I kind of do that when I'm just figuring out my life. You know what I mean? Is anyone else like that? Then I'm like, oh, you know what? This die set has something really cute that I should be using. So I cut out of gold glitter paper, very reminiscent, right? So that was in the die set that comes with the Cornflower Celebrations. And I used that retired glimmer paper with the sticky on the back. Telling you, I really hope they do that more. Now I'm sticking this down first, but it really doesn't matter because we're going to be covering some of that up anyway. If you're not going to use this like a focal point like this, you might want to put your stem down first, is why I'm telling you. You know, just gonna want it like that. Okay, just checking. Give that a second for the glue to set up. I'm going to put my petals on. See how cute that is? I kind of pushed it down, but with that little bit of an edge, I love it. Okay, now we have to stamp this real quick. We are on the home stretch, guys. What do you think? I feel like I've done something with this set. Now, it does have this piece right here, which you can layer so your petals would be individual. And this is the piece that got me so frustrated. And I was going to use that today, and I just was like, I don't want to. I don't know why. I just didn't want to struggle. I was like, Let me do what I enjoy and not worry about it. I just won't use that piece for a while. One day I will. I'll come on here and I'll be like, look, guys, it's amazing. But today, it's not the day. It's a Wednesday, which means take it easy on yourself. That's what it means. At least that's what I'm saying it means, right? Okay. And I'm just going to put a little thank you. And I guess I forgot to cut the little piece for the inside. So I'll go back and do that later. But gotta have our sentiment. Okay. There we go. We'll just pop that up. And a little lower. Yeah, I like it. Okay. Last thing we have to do is bling it up. So I've decided that my Java Kula is my pick of the month. Because everybody needs a little coffee. You know what I'm saying? Let's see, where do I want this? It's difficult, guys. It's a difficult decision to decide where to stick your bling. All right. On down there. Very blingy. All right. So my question is, let me move this one. Which one of our cards is your favorite that we've done with this set? So we have A, B, or C. Which one is your favorite? If I had to just, I don't know, it's a hard choice. If it was a choice between these three, this one would be tops. But with it stepped up, makes a world of difference, I think. Let me move this. It really made a world of difference. The different layers and textures made it like a different card. Way fancier now. So, I don't know. I'm going to say three. I'm going to say C is my favorite, but you know, you let me know. I'm just curious. Um, Thank you, Martha. Hey, Karen, welcome in. Better late than never, you know? How are you doing? Are you healing? You feeling good? Up and walking? Aw, thanks, Mom. Yeah, I like C too. I know it's a hard choice, B and C. They're both good. I mean, A is good. It's very pretty. But when you see the progression, when you see that there's more options, why would you take the steak when you could have the filet mignon? That's what I'm saying. Too funny. All right. I am going to flip up. We'll chit chat for a sec. That is not bad. Um, I'm back. That is not bad for all that coloring, and it was detailed. I took my time and whatever. And I told all my stories and everything, and we're still 36 minutes in. Oh, guys, I'm getting my mojo back. What can I say? It's because it's spooky season. I was all off in summer. I couldn't do it. I know I'm weird. I can't help it. This is why you tune in. Yeah, I don't know. So what else we got to do? Now I looked at the inventory status report because I was just curious, like were things selling out? It's day one. No. So far, so good. Everything's in. So I'm feeling a little nervous. I gotta really fine tune my order. I definitely know that I'm getting the oh, I think it's Light and Wonder. I don't know why. That the Aurora Borealis paper, I'm gonna get that suite because so many people are like that paper, that paper, that paper. So I feel like that's one that everybody would enjoy seeing me use. And so I'm definitely getting that. There's this one that's really cute. It's got like fat cartoony Santa and snowman and an elf, I think. I don't know. But they're really cute and I keep looking at it, so I kind of feel like I'm drawn to that one. I should get that one. I have phenomenal ideas for videos for crafts and gifts to give. So I'm going to start working on that and I will just start releasing those. So they won't be lives, but they're going to be quick little videos, things that you can watch, get inspiration. And I don't know yet. I might just do the videos because I want to do it in short format. And then in the description, put all the measurements and things. I'm still working on that. We'll see. But yeah, I think you're going to find it helpful, hopefully. And, the holidays, it's always nice to give those little treats and gifts and things that don't cost a phenomenal amount of money, but really make a big impact. You know what I mean? Like if you have a coworker and you're just putting a little goodie on their desk or something, it's just so sweet. And it does mean a lot. I know it does. So I know when I was a daycare provider, my parents would come in, they were always so generous and they would give me like, little things from the kids or just thoughtful things. It doesn't have to be about the big ticket items. It doesn't have to be about, crazy expensive whatever. It's the thought. It's, hey, I'm thinking about you, and that means the same for mail carriers and postal workers and garbage men and the UPS guy and you know our mail people, all those people. Anybody, think about it. Grocery food workers, they get a lot of grumpy people going through there. Sometimes the holidays are hard to work, they're long hours. How nice would it be to be like, here, friend, Merry Christmas, you know? Or Happy Thanksgiving, or here's a little Halloween treat for you. So I don't know. That's what we're doing. That's what I'm thinking. I'm going to get off of here. I'm going to stop yakking my jaws. I love you guys. I appreciate you. And I'll see you Friday. Mwah.